Hola, ¿qué tal amigos de DCUO Online? ¿Cómo están? Yo soy Ala Rebelde. Aquí, yo me imagino que como todos ustedes emocionados, vamos a estar transmitiendo en simultáneo con la página oficial de DCUO Online de Twitch, con el canal oficial de Twitch, lo que va a ser la presentación de Diluvio, de Deluge, el nuevo DLC de este juego ubicado en el universo de DC Comics. Y pues vamos a darle caña, vamos a ver. No me he dado tiempo de subir la alerta en las redes sociales porque vengo llegando justo y como va a empezar el livestream, pues le he dado caña, he decidido simplemente pasar de las alertas. Así que si pueden, los que estén viendo esto, pues denle caña, ¿no? Y pues, vayan rápido y compártanlo en la página de Facebook o de Twitter, ¿no? Que ya dentro de poco va a comenzar el livestream. Por aquí tenía unas notas de lo que es a ver. Un poquito de lo que es el avance, ¿no? De lo que se viene en este DLC. Como ya lo sabíamos, va a haber la versión de evento de Starro, ¿ok? Que va a ser modificada, no va a ser idéntica a la del año pasado, van a haber ciertas modificaciones. Van a haber dos raids elite, como yo lo vi, suponía, una va a ser la de Starro modificada, ¿ok? Y la otra va a ser en la estación que se llama... ya les digo. Spindrift Station, va a ser la nueva raid, ¿ok? También va a haber una misión en solitario, ¿ok? Así que eso supuestamente son las damas. Vamos a tener dos instancias y un área nueva supuestamente. ¿Qué tal, Red? ¿Cómo estás, hermano? Centurión, bienvenido al directo. Vamos a ver cuándo arranca el stream oficial. Ya la gente, por lo menos en la cuenta oficial de Twitch, recuerden que si desean verlo directamente en Twitch, entienden inglés, pueden hacerlo perfectamente. Yo simplemente estoy aquí para, obviamente, mostrarles lo que ellos muestren también, pero a la vez dar mi opinión y también ver el feedback de ustedes, ¿no? Que tienen con respecto a lo que nos vayan mostrando. Otra de las cositas que quiero recordarles es que apenas termine el livestream de DC Universe Online, vamos a hacer lo que es el concurso, ¿ok? Para participar deben ser suscriptores del canal, deben hacer un retweet bien sea en Twitter o en Facebook, ¿ok? Déjenme, yo voy a tener que entrar definitivamente, un segundo. Un segundito aquí. Avisar a la gente, ¿no?
Oh, yeah.
We're up.
Okay, now we're up. I gotta do my newscaster today. I will be
Y parece que ya tenemos imágenes.
I'm Nerd of Prey. I'm the creative director on DCUO. We're going to talk about episode 31, Deluge, and my first guest today is Aver, the lead systems designer.
Hello.
Hi. And say hello again, because I didn't get to say hello.
Hello again. Oh, sorry.
Say hello.
Hello.
He's here to talk about, because the big thing about this event is we are trying to bring Starro back, which was just an event last year, and update it based on feedback, based on normal episode structure, and make it a permanent addition to the game, because it's frankly, it was really good. Kind of sad to see that it's gone. But it's so much more than that. We've created new locations. We're adding so many new characters. It's a pretty large event, an episode at this point. Let me look at my paper here. Feel free to coach me, producer Matt.
You're doing great. Keep going.
Yes.
Just chat if you have questions. I'm watching chat today.
Yeah, so totally throw me a curveball in chat.
Definitely.
But we did release the letter that I wrote and edited. Meps edited for me with a couple of typos here and there, but it's all right. It's okay.
Don't mention those.
I always like the stuff that we write, and like mine's just bullet points, and then Meps hooks me up.
He's a great writer.
Oh, it magically becomes paragraphs.
Right, it magically coherent thoughts. It's good.
I'm going to get into the story so far. So if you guys remember last year, there was an Atlantean research outpost. It was near the Antarctic. And they had discovered a creature that they didn't recognize, and that was little Starro. A little Starro had like swum up and attached to like one of the vent ports, and they started experimenting on them. And you guys might remember Arthur, Aquaman, was like, "What? I never sanctioned this. What is this?" And at the
Ahorita están básicamente diciendo lo que es la historia del evento de Starro, que fue un evento especial el año pasado, ¿ok? Y básicamente están contando lo que estaba pasando, ¿no? De que hubo una invasión de estas estrellas de mar del espacio y que estaban atacando la estación de los Atlantes. Básicamente contando lo que pasó el año pasado y van a darnos un contexto de cómo están volviendo este año, ¿no?
It just wasn't any of the good ones. It wasn't Arthur's people. It's a group called the Deluge, who are led by, I guess I'll just spoil it. His name's Cormwrath, and you guys might have seen him. I think we leaked that about a week ago. Amazing looking character. I think we're going to look at him again today.
We are.
So we'll take a look at him in a minute. Does that hit most of the plot points there?
Yeah, straight from the comics, right?
Yes, that's true. This is a very, very popular book. It is some of the most beautiful art that I have seen in comics in probably like a decade. It is some top-notch stuff. I cannot say the guy's name. It is. I will tweet it later. It is not a name that is easily pronounced, but he was a big inspiration. I feel like a total jerk for not knowing how to say his name. But it was a big inspiration, the whole Deluge story art, Cormwrath rising to power, and the art lead night took a lot of inspiration from that, both when designing what you'll see of Atlantis and what we have in the future that we're not going to talk about yet. And Cormwrath himself was very much inspired by that art style.
¿Qué tal, Dandelius? ¿Cómo estás? Bueno, vamos a estar en simultáneo con
to talk about the characters that come in, or we'll get to that?
No, let's just jump into it.
All right.
Un poquito de traducción en español y a la vez dando mi opinión.
Mara a little bit early. We couldn't resist. She was so cool and added a cool angle to the Valentine's event. But this is her first like real step forward, a permanent addition to the game. She will be a very vital character in this, and essentially she's going to take the heroes on their journey through the content. And on the flip side, someone else who's very close to Arthur, Ocean Master, is going to rally the villains around his cause, which usually, basically means he's going to pay them quite a lot of rewards to help him. Because it's all about kings, queens, who should be on the throne. It's a story that we're going to start here, but we're going to come back to in the future.
Dun, dun, dun.
So obviously Mara's a new model. Ocean Master got a little bit of a makeover. We'll show him in a bit. He looked a little out of place with the rest of the crew. So
turn the camera around.
Así como hicieron con Amazon Fury parte 1, parte 2 y parte 3.
Ooh, pretty. Look at that pretty. Oh, well, there's Mirror Master.
Mira, está Mirror Master y Ocean Master. Parece que es un villano lo que tienen allí.
Let's get a little bit closer.
Personaje villano.
I'll just walk right past it.
Era Ocean Master.
But yeah, he got a little bit of a material texture makeover. He no longer has the giant red. No one knows what it is, but it was a ray on his chest. Like, what is that?
Looks a little like a book, but
but it's gone. Now he looks cool. He's all updated and shiny, and actually looks like awesome standing next to.
Me gusta mucho la actualización del modelo de Ocean Master.
I love the scale detail. Like,
I know.
This is awesome.
And that will soon be players.
¿Qué tal, Juanito? ¿Cómo estás? Bienvenido al directo, hermano. Estamos viendo Deluge. Hype.
All right. And of course, our first big Atlantean episode, Black Manta, is finally in the game. I feel
Black Manta, también lo han agregado.
It's like a release. It's like all those major ones from the Super Friends. I'm so happy when they finally make
Ocean Master, recuerdan que él venía una vez al año en el evento de Aquaman de verano.
Not a person, but a thing.
Sí, Red, la verdad es que estoy sorprendido gratamente del nuevo modelo de Ocean Master. La verdad es que se ve la calidad. Están trabajando, gente, están trabajando.
We also
la capa está mucho más, es como la de Doctor Strange, pero mucho mejor. Miren la capa, los detalles de la capa están geniales.
And Ocean Master, he's got luckily new colors to base his army off of.
A ver, Ocean Master creo que es el mismo modelo.
I think that's good to talk about the NPCs. What's next?
Let's jump into the rewards.
Oh, it's your moment.
Usually we do the opposite. We do rewards at the end, but they're just too good.
They are quite good. I do want to mention that it's, I believe CR218 is entry for this.
I have a list of numbers.
Tienen una lista larga de recompensas.
It's not all memorized.
Por lo que estoy viendo,
there's so many numbers.
No, you're just really.
Una es el estilo que yo mostré
so yeah, the entry level is
del traje submarino.
On my list. Yeah, I think it's 218.
Un traje inspirado en Mera que va a ser
for the endgame versions, right?
For the endgame versions, yeah. So we, as with some of the other content, we have event versions and normal versions, and so there'll be varying rewards for those. And whatnot. So, do you guys want to talk about kind of the conversion real quick?
Sure.
So as you,
they're not interested.
They're not in that. Yeah. So, as you guys probably remember, or hopefully do, the Starro event had a bunch of stuff in it. There's a bunch of cool rewards and OP items, lots of those.
Y de ahí en adelante han seguido con la misma tónica que el último DLC que vayan lanzando. Los jugadores free to play y los jugadores premium tienen acceso a la versión de evento. Obviamente no pueden sacar proezas. Y las recompensas van, obviamente no son mejores, no son, están a nivel de máximo, ¿no? De endgame, de las recompensas de los jugadores que sí tengan el episodio o sean miembros legendarios.
This is our second crown currency, which is pretty exciting. But yeah, so if you had any spores, you'll actually be able to keep those, and they'll turn into crowns, and you'll have a slight head start on the next bit of content.
Much rejoicing is heard across the internet.
And we've actually taken most of the rewards from the Starro event, and we've packaged them in a box. And it is called Starro the Conqueror Loot Box, creatively.
Oh.
Loot box.
Yeah, well, you know, I'm a story guy, I'm a word guy. So we put that in there, and you'll be able to get that from the vendor for Atlantean crowns. And if you're a member, you'll actually be able to get those when you defeat bosses. And so with each one that you open, you're able to get a collection from the old Starro event, a base item or a pet, and then a chance to receive any of the old Starro gear, Starro the Conqueror style, which is the enhanced version, you know, some of the OP items and the face mods and stuff like that. So.
Just to be clear, what's the ratio for spores to crowns?
It's actually 1-to-1. Yeah, so it's just an even crossover. Yep.
It's easy math for us.
Easy math. Yeah.
Bueno, estaba hablando de lo que es la conversión, por lo menos la gente que tenía esporas guardadas del año pasado va a poder convertirlas en la nueva marca, pero para
just like
obtener
rewards
los
and stuff,
ítems
content
de Starro,
got converted.
No
Things
para
got like
lo nuevo,
there are now high-level versions of the old duo with there's some updates there, and the alert and the threat below the old raid got it got some love. Frankly, we took some feedback from some of the mechanics, added some new ones, and created an entire elite version of that raid so that everything should fit the formula of an episode.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and we actually, so you can expect all new rewards for the high level set of content and the scaling version, and then all of the old rewards you'll still be able to get because they're feats and cool styles and stuff in there as well. So.
Yeah, so
que no se preocupen los que no obtuvieron los feats del año pasado, entonces Starro van a poder obtenerlos. Lo único que obviamente van a tener que hacerlo en la nueva versión. Hay una versión normal y una versión elite ahora. De la raid de la amenaza bajo el agua.
You weird
creo que era el nombre de la raid.
You should face the camera though.
Yeah,
there
let's
you
do
go.
that so you can see her in all her glory.
Bueno, cuénteme, gente, ¿qué opinan?
Boom.
Ahí está.
All right.
Ese es el
Just the
traje.
air conditioning.
I'm sorry, there's a very weird
cara?
noise. I didn't know what it was.
No,
I'm so confused by gear.
Yeah.
This is the Spindrift suit. It's the dry suit, as they call, like a wetsuit, but it's for it's for Atlantean, so it's a dry suit, and it's essentially a scuba suit, so that you can you know, fictionally
La verdad es que me
going
gusta.
underwater and whatnot. It is
Es estado
absolutely
de lujo que
beautiful.
pudieras ver el
The
rostro de tu
materials
personaje
on
a
this,
través
there's like it's like
del
brushed
cristal,
metal
pero
across
bueno.
the top of the helmet. It's really so
Todavía no
reflective. You
estamos
can even
allí,
see
¿no?
it on the live stream on the helmet there. I love that helmet. It's awesome. And this is for
this is for the
Sí,
scaling.
me encantan
I'm
las
sorry, the
texturas. Yo estoy de
scaling,
acuerdo contigo totalmente,
event
Valeria.
content.
La verdad es
Yeah,
que
so you'll be able to get this,
vale
and you'll
mucho la
also be
pena.
able to get
Valeria,
it
si
in
puedes hazme un
the
favor y avisarles a
as
los
purple
chicos a
dress for
través
the normal.
del WhatsApp que
Love it.
estamos
It has
en
a
livestream,
spacesuit
porque no
feel
tuve
to it.
tiempo de hacer la alerta ni en
No,
Facebook ni en
it's
Twitter.
And that came directly from the comics.
Así que
Yes,
sí,
that
puedes
is straight
hacer ese
out of
favor.
the books. Hey, there you go.
Sí,
Roll
es un
that
efecto
B-roll.
espejo, de hecho.
Let me find this here image for you. This
Un
is
efecto
straight
reflectante,
out.
que es lo que están
Yeah, there we go.
comentando.
Yeah, so
There
they've
you go.
done a great job converting that and lots of details.
Gracias,
and,
Valerian. Bueno,
contrasts.
la verdad es que
Looks really good.
esas manos van a ser para mi personaje de tierra.
Armory number 2.
Yes.
What?
First time we've ever done this. Check it out.
Oh, esta es la
it's camo.
versión.
The enhanced version has a camouflage pattern that is very similar to the ones like Marine Forces use, because of course, but not that they're dramatically different. But we have never had camouflage pattern before.
Camuflaje.
That's crazy.
Crazy. The character artist actually suggested it, and I was like, yes. But
La verdad
also,
es que no soy muy
can I
fan de la
have
versión
more?
de infancia.
I like the mask particularly
I
in
know,
this.
it's really
El
cool.
casco.
Yeah, and this
El
is
cristal se ve mucho
actually
mejor,
this will come
pero
as
el
styles
resto
in
no es
the
que soy
member
fan.
reward boxes.
Which we'll talk about a bit later.
We will.
we will.
It's a small spoiler.
Spoiler. But yeah, I really dig the pattern. It's really, really cool. I want this one.
Yo sé que opina
Particularly
usted.
the gloves, so I can pound people with them. All right, on to the next.
On to the next.
Vamos a ver qué más tienen por allí.
I'm assuming 3, unless you're trying to trip me up.
Yep. Let's do 3.
Yes, I am trying to trip you up.
Next is just here to
Oh,
listen.
Lo que mucha gente
Look
pedía.
at the suit.
Mera. El
I
estilo
know
inspirado en
when
Mera.
Mara showed up in Valentine's and everyone was like, "What the? Oh my God! I gotta have that style. Please be a style." We're like,
No, I love it. Yeah,
Yo
the,
creo
I mean, as I
que,
mentioned
¿cómo
earlier,
se llama
the
esto?
scale texture and the
Para los
it just-
personajes de agua
it
creo
looks
que
really
esto
great.
va a ser, aunque sea para una de las
Including the
armerías.
crown. it's always fun to do a head item that is not just like helmet.
Ah, de
Yeah.
lujo.
So
Yeah, I think it could fit for a lot of themes and stuff.
De hecho, es lo que
as well.
siempre pedían, ¿no?
Little
Que es
cape's
parecido a lo
got
que
like,
tiene Aquaman, que es
okay.
esa armadura de
Is it a
escamas.
capelet? What's the
it's a short cape.
short
We
cape?
kind of went with like a royal, like, but we laughed that you would have to have a short cape
La
if you're going to
capa.
go swimming, otherwise you get
Right.
tangled up
Yeah,
in it.
that's
So,
true.
but they added very Atlantean themed, like filigree, not really, but
Mhm.
like detail.
Yeah, and this
to the
so this is the vendor gear. So this is what you'll find on
Yeah,
the
this is
vendors from
Best of the best, effectively. Except for the next thing that we're about to show you, which is the best of the best of the best.
right.
So,
Esta es la,
The
van a
Elite gear.
mostrar la
the
versión
elite
enhanced,
version.
la versión
Armory
elite.
number 4.
Ahora vamos a verla.
Yes.
Boom.
The whole thing has like, I don't know if they can see it well on the internet
Tiene
on
como-
the
Oh,
live
man, I hope
stream,
so.
but it has iridescence to it. Like
No, it's
there,
a-
oh, you can see it on the cape so
It's
well.
yeah,
Una
it's
transparencia de
oh in the
colores.
dark.
It reflects light, but still, look at that! Oh my God!
Sí. De hecho, se nota
Sorry, I got
mejor en las
excited.
partes
Oh, it's so
oscuras.
pretty. But it actually, like, you can still see the color. That's what's important. You still see the color, but it has that weird, like, mermaid pattern, to
Right,
be
yeah.
honest. It's like mermaid hair, mermaid skin kind of thing. And it is gorgeous. It looks
Igual lo voy a
amazing
colectar,
running
obviamente,
in
para Katia,
and
que es el
around
personaje
the
de agua.
lights and stuff
obvio.
like that.
Creo que es el que
Yeah,
más
so
me voy
this
a
is
tratar de
actually
matar para
found
sacarle
on
ese
the
estilo.
elite vendor. So this is the elite version. Yep.
Es la versión elite.
I can think of at least 2 people that are going to go bonkers when they see this.
4 mites.
La verdad
Yeah,
es que
for
está
sure.
bien. Va con
Now
el
people
tema
are
de
asking
Aquaman y todo.
what these styles look like on males. So let's do a quick.
Van a mostrar
quick,
la versión de
character
los
swap
Oh,
hombres.
boy.
and
Ahora van a enseñar
uh,
la versión
actually show
masculina
people.
del traje
Thank
de
you for
Mera, ¿no?
hiding it,
Vamos a ver
'cause
cómo le queda
Like, probably going to click on the
los
wrong window when you do this.
personajes
All right, who are we looking at?
The second
de la
one.
versión de el
All
traje
right, let's
del vendedor y
check
el
on
traje
this.
elite.
Check him out.
Sí, la verdad es que los efectos están. Lo único que el
Yes, it was
traje
exciting to take
de la versión elite
a
del
really cool,
traje
really
Cuba,
currently
el
very
traje submarino
popular
no me cuadra mucho.
female character and do an armor suit based on her.
Sí, sí, sí.
Our favorite design for her. 'Cause she's had a few different ones over the past 5 or 6 years,
Mhm.
but that
El
particular
casco
design
estaba
has a
bueno,
lot
sí,
of
por la
N's and
pantalla,
A's built into
el
it, so it
cristal,
really
pero esa,
stood
lo
out
del
among the
camuflaje
rest. It
no me
wasn't just
convenció mucho lo del camuflaje de...
Girl
del primer traje
Aquaman.
que
Right, right.
It's kind of her own thing.
I kind of also wanted to mention, we're carrying over the item level increase for elite items. And a similar reward structure that we had in episode 31. I'm sorry, 30. Excuse me. Obviously, it's 31, but where you earn more currency and whatnot, more crowns from elite content.
Personaje masculino, no. A ver.
So yeah, that elite gear has, I think it's 2 item levels higher than the vendor gear.
And you still need renown.
Yeah.
Yeah, here's it on a dude. So
por lo menos ya encontramos menos un estilo que le voy a poner a Pietro, porque no tenía un estilo que
I have different colors now.
Que me convenciera para él todavía.
Makes me want a hand cannon, just saying, for no reason.
Cuando haga el jackhammer con esos guantes a ver de lujo.
On to the next.
On to the next. Again, that's the...
Now he looks like a king of Atlantis. He looks pretty good.
Está bien. No me gusta que tenga tanto el pecho en B. No me gusta tanto, se ve mucho, pero...
We wanted it to look cool for everybody.
Solo lo que es las piernas.
Made a few modifications for anatomy, basically. But we also wanted it to still have that... the Atlanteans always wear tight stuff because they're underwater and a lot of skin.
Weapon mastery is still pretty good if you focus precision, but you are constrained to use basically the bow into smoke bomb combo or either the dual wheel.
Wow, he is the shiniest dude I've ever seen. Get your rainbow orbital strike.
Yeah.
And this suit.
Parece uno de los de YMCA.
What color did you like a light purple?
What color is that? That's like, I think that's mostly
extraño.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
so most of the iridescence is showing.
I was saying that is iridescent.
No sé, quizás sí le varíes los colores también.
You're welcome to change it.
Alright, let's do that.
Show off like a black or something like that.
Creo que la parte que no me convence mucho es el pecho en B. Ese pecho en B no me está cuadrando.
Or is it black?
No sé.
Oh, maybe it is black. Maybe that's what
it is. I see. Well, let's go up the... Yes. Oh, some of it's black. But yeah, if you want it to just be slight, you can just go straight on with the hues over here.
Yeah, I think picking the color will kind of play around with the how shiny it is in the
But
contrast.
if you want to be iridescent, you can do that too. I think I'm gonna
YMCA.
I always like to mess up his characters. I don't feel like.
And hybrid,
look at the shoulder pad
coming back to your comment, I think hybrid is still behind.
Glittery.
I mean,
that's a little glittery.
You go to precision and use those weapon choices that I told you, or either way.
There's also something like 70s about it, like the lines, which I like.
A little bit, yeah.
They need to rebalance several weapons combos and reward the longest combos, in my opinion. But that's
alluded to the styles, or to the member reward box. Do you want to talk about how that works?
Yeah, so the member reward box, actually it's if I recall, it's a content owner box, right? So it is, yeah. So both members and people who have purchased the episode will get it when they defeat bosses in instances, and it is, as we've done thus far, special items that are unique to these boxes. Within them, you'll get some base items that we've put in there. The enhanced spindrift style, which is the gear that we have on here.
It's not working.
That you're a liar or either
it's the camo spindrift gear. You'll also have it's the amount of items you get from it depend on the size content that you're playing.
Single target bosses,
alerts you'll
get
more and
combo that goes from dual wheel into
1, 2, and 3
shot. It's pretty strong.
And then you also have marks and Atlantean crowns that you can get.
So
it's a big box of fun stuff, and then with each of those boxes, you'll also get a Star of the Conqueror loot box full of stuff from the event.
But the downside is that you have basically one weapon and one combo to use. So
let's talk about
kind of lame.
Okay.
Let's save that for look at base items and the member.
That makes sense.
That's my experience.
Okay.
While I'm experiencing playing the game, especially in the elite versions.
Nice lamps.
Chat is asking about OP items.
Okay. Yeah. We so OP items from the event
I mean,
or
if you
both.
play
Both, but let's
regular,
start with the event.
where
Right.
you can
So the
melee,
event,
well,
as mentioned
let's
before,
say with
we
rage,
we didn't
air,
want to prevent
can stay pretty
completing
close
any
and
of the
use your
feats or anything
hammer,
like that, and we wanted
and
to
rage
allow you
with
to
outrage and
still access
where's the
those
other
OP
powers,
items. So you can actually get
ranges,
them
but
from
you
the
can
Star of
still
the
do
Conqueror
pretty
loot
good
box.
damage.
There's a
Dreadful
small chance
Blast,
of
I mean,
getting just
that
straight up
deals
getting
ton
it. We
of
took out
damage,
the
but
crafting
you need
ingredients
to
and all
be
that sort of
close.
stuff because there's
So
so many rewards right now and
can
whatnot
do
going
that
on that we didn't want to
safety
complicate
on
that
elite
anymore.
rate.
And so we've actually made kind of a new version of the old ones that scale up higher. They end at item level 188 and they scale. Any one that you have right now, I believe, is set at item level 174. And there'll be new ones that effectively that drop in the Conqueror loot box. So that's how you get the ones from there, and it's all three, and they'll scale up, and the new ones will also complete the old feats. So that's how that works, and we want to make that kind of as straightforward as possible.
Creo que están diciendo que los objetos
it's
de
pretty
los
open,
cofres van a subir
being able to get the
hasta
box. You can
item
get
level
it pretty frequently if you'd
188,
like.
por lo que
So for
entendí.
both members and from the vendor.
La verdad es
And
que porque
then
estaba...
for the OP item for the episode, do we have it visible? But we do have one.
It might be in your inventory.
Van a hablar
It
del
might be
ítem
in
OP.
there. We do have one. It's a shoulder piece.
Just kidding.
Hombros
Yeah,
OP.
it's actually.
is that it?
I'm pointing off camera at things, but they're there. Yeah, it's-
Nope, that's a trinket.
Oh.
Sorry, it might be on. It
fail.
might be on the female. I might have
Anyway,
the other character.
we do have one. It's a shoulder piece. It looks pretty cool, and it is gotten through the normal means. There's no.
It's a shell of a
it's
shoulder piece.
It's a shell.
Oh, that was awful.
Oh no, that's
Take
a
it
good.
back.
That's a good pun. You guys will get it later. It's cool. But yeah, so you can collect it via collections just like normal. There's no requirement to actually get the collections to drop though. You'll just be able to get them right away in various places, bosses and tasks and bounties and stuff like that. So missions.
No va a haber fit
So yeah.
para desbloquear que el drop de los ítems, las colecciones de
I think it's time to show the content.
los ítems OP,
Hey.
de las colecciones
We're
para
in
el ítem OP, que es
Spindrift
unas
Station, just
hombreras.
at the
We
entrance.
Me enredo un poco
So
allí,
we're
pero
gonna
bueno,
say
básicamente
goodbye to Avera, I think.
nuevo ítem OP,
Page our
no
next
necesita
guest.
fit
Page
para
our
obtener
next
las
guest,
colecciones y las
Alright.
van a soltar
So,
en
thank you
distintas
for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
misiones durante todo el episodio.
Hopefully she knows to come visit.
Así que
Michael's
a
gonna
ir a
run
saco
grammar.
por esas colecciones OP, ¿no?
So while we wait for Oceans to arrive,
How appropriate.
why don't we go ahead and just talk to
Oceans?
Mara and see what's going on.
Oceans, que es
Alright,
uno de los
so-
desarrolladores favoritos
Wait, hold on, let me get back in my
de
marker.
Miguel Arocha,
Yeah, that's better.
compañero centurión.
I
I don't
hear
hear
it.
anything.
Do they not hear it either?
It's my bad.
Oh.
We don't
que
Well, they
vamos
can
a
read
ver.
it. Just pretend you're listening to dubstep, you know.
Este es el
like you
solo,
do when you
nos está
play
mostrando el solo. Okay.
grades.
Well, we're
Así que
waiting
hay
for
un
Oceans. I'm gonna see if I
banquete.
can fix that.
She's here.
Creo que van a hablar ahora
Shall I
de
follow
la
Mara?
nueva
Or wait
instancia,
for Oceans.
del diseño, de arte, creo que van a hacer.
What's going on?
Ahí está el flaco de Meps
I don't know what's happening right now.
y ahí está Ocean.
But the Flash is very interested in following me on this adventure. Since, you know, the Star invasion happened in Central City, so the Flash kind of has a vested interest with the heroes. And on the villain side, Mirror Master, which has some of the best dialogue I've heard in a long time, hangs out with the villains and works
Sí.
with Ocean Master. And yes, it does get
Es la
confusing with
que
two masters on
desarrolla
the
todo
same
el
team. And
tema
they
de
talk
los
about it.
diseños de las instancias, o sea, de las locaciones.
Okay.
Todo
Attack
ese
someone, see if
diseño
you
de
can.
arte, ella es lo que hace ese trabajo.
Okay.
Nope.
My bad, folks.
En lo que es el arte conceptual, ¿no? Después, obviamente,
ooh, isn't this pretty?
los que hacen las texturas de 3D,
It's like a
todo eso
welcome to
llevan a cabo
Spindrift
la visión.
Station.
That is pretty.
Bien.
Man, I
I'm
wish I could
not-
have that in my
los
base.
diseños.
Yeah, wouldn't that be neat? If only. If only. Should I catch up with Mara?
La
Yeah,
verdad
go
es
for
que
Oceans, your mic
Yes.
might be a
I
little
would.
low.
Is it low?
Just on your face.
es algo nuevo totalmente. No,
I don't want it up my
Okay.
nose.
puedo decir que por lo menos no es,
Sorry.
es algo reciclado, es algo totalmente nuevo.
Oh,
Así
did
que
I
bueno,
turn him around? No, I didn't.
No, this is right.
ya era hora, ¿no?
This, did you already show the
Una instancia
photos
totalmente
of
nueva.
Spindrift?
I showed a little bit, but we could look at more of them. Again, this is inspired by the art in the comics, so
Yeah.
just this is the
Sí.
outside of the station
That's-
that we're looking at
Mhm.
now.
De hecho que sí,
Yeah,
Valeria.
that little model in the first
Súper
area,
chingón, ¿no?
we can't show the
De
outside
tener
because
gente que
we're
es fan
inside.
también
Inside
del
of it,
material,
but
porque por lo que
But it
tengo
was
entendido,
important to
es fan también de
us
DC
that,
Comics, así
that
que pues
folks
eso es
got an
un plus
understanding
siempre, ¿no?
of,
Cuando
of
trabajas en
the
algo que te
size
apasiona,
and
que te
shape
gusta, pues,
of this
le pones el
Atlantean
110%.
structure that they built to essentially welcome
Mira las
drylanders and be
columnas de
like,
agua.
come, meet us, eat with us, you know, we're not so different from you, except all the superpowers and things. But anyhow, let's get a little better look.
Yes, please eat
Ojalá
with
hayan
us.
bases, ítems de base
It
de
was
estos,
really fun
porque
looking
para
up
ponerlo
all of those
chingón nuestro
foods.
salón de la
I
liga,
love the
muchachos.
little hors d'oeuvre tables. There's the king,
Ahí está el
the
nuevo
new
modelo
king,
Aquaman.
and his new model in all his
Hype.
glory. He
Se
looks
ve espectacular,
gorgeous.
güey. 100 veces
He
mejor
had
que
to
el que
look
ya
as good
teníamos.
as his beloved.
Buen trabajo
So
ahí,
he
gente
got,
de
he got a
DC.
little bit of an update.
Nuevo modelo de Aquaman, de
Hitting
Ocean
them
Master,
as
de
we
Mera.
can.
Hay que ver a Black Manta, a ver
Because
cómo
we're
lo
getting
dejan.
better, tech's getting better, stuff's getting more beautiful. And so you can go and, so all these people are basically invited from different surface countries to come, and it's Arthur's big
Exactamente, güey.
mission as King of Atlantis is to bridge between the sea and the land, because he comes from both. So it's important to him that there's peace between the two, and it's important to Mara that it's important to him. To be honest, she's a little skeptical, but you know, if she, you know, she basically supports his decision in that, and kind of runs Spindrift for the most part. I'm not going to bother interacting with the people because they can't hear them anyway. But you can talk. They'll talk about their experiences here, what they think of the Atlanteans. Some of them are kind of funny.
¿Qué pasó, JJ? ¿Cómo estás?
Kind of.
Estamos aquí
It's very
mostrando
polite of you to
el
take the
livestream
stage.
de
I know.
Sesiones Online.
I'm such a. I'm a speedster. I didn't know.
Está el nuevo modelo
Yeah,
de
so
Aquaman.
she's hanging out with her man up here. Whoa! Hey, Flash, what's up? He's like, this is how you do it, dummy. This is how speedsters run. And they have a
El
little,
modelo
little chat.
actualizado de Aquaman y de Mera.
about
La
what's
verdad es que se
going
ve
on.
de lujo.
Spoilers. If you're gonna read it,
Yeah,
you
this
may
is
get
this is
spoiled.
right. If you don't want to know what's going to happen in the episode, you should stop watching now.
Va a haber spoilers, así que los que quieran evitarse los spoilers
And
pueden
during this,
saltarse
you
esta
can
parte.
still mill about the tables and talk to people.
Ojalá nos dieran el pecho que tiene ahorita
Go
Aquaman, está
explore this
mucho
room.
mejor
This
que el,
room
de,
was
que el
based
del
off of
vendedor que
actual-
nos van a
Do we
dar.
have
I don't have it, but
interior
you can
reference?
Se ve mucho
describe
mejor el
it.
pecho que tiene Aquaman
Well,
que
it's
el
kind of
de...
like this.
It looks like this, but in a comic book.
Pues sí, ¿no?
But then something happens,
A ver.
and he's not too happy
Black
about why
Manta.
it's his arch rival.
Mira, el
Who's
casco de Black
also
Manta está de lujo.
super shiny and awesome.
He looks great and sounds amazing. He's one of my favorite actors. Park Poo-hee. He's amazing.
Ah, la verdad es que
He also
se nota.
does Trigon.
Se nota que está mejorando la calidad del juego,
Nice.
gráficamente
He
hablando,
just
por
killed
lo
it as
menos, en
Black
los
Manta.
modelos y diseños de
You'll
los
just have to
personajes.
take my word for it until
You'll see on test or online.
until somebody YouTubes it. But
God, yeah, all the scales look so good.
I know, it's gorgeous. I'm super excited about this. And then you've got your Black Manta fight, because we couldn't not have a Black Manta boss fight.
God mode yourself.
Me
Good
imagino que si vas
idea.
con los villanos, vas a tener que pelear con
Yeah. All right,
Aquaman.
we're gonna fight Black Man a little bit and show you one of the mechanics in this fight.
They're so polite to wait for me.
Yeah.
They're like, well, if you're not ready, we won't go yet.
That's them. Also, he's polite.
Oh, I don't have a... I don't
Oh,
have
you
a
have
Sí,
Black
one.
recuerden que también
Boundaries must have screwed.
no, obviamente ya después de que dejando prestarle
Okay, well,
soporte
it's-
a, ¿cómo se llama? A PlayStation 3, pues
I'll
esto
just-
era algo de lo que
I don't
ya se había
recommend doing
hablado
this.
y algo
Just
que por lo
punching
menos
Black
yo había
Manta and
anticipado de alguna
Ram
manera y
damage him
muchos
solo,
más también
solo,
de que iban a
Do you
mejorar
know how much
gráficamente
to get him
el
to do
juego,
the
¿no?
thing? Alright, we'll start with that. Oh, I didn't hard target him. There we go. I think we're gonna need another
Another
zero.
zero. Yeah,
A ver, Black Manta es 235
I don't wanna
de
go too far. Whoa!
CR.
he should do it.
Actualmente
What's
el
happening?
máximo es a mira y
Something
mina.
you gotta do here.
What do I have to do there?
Not get blowed up, but I'm not gonna tell you how to not get blowed up. You will get. It will hurt a lot if you don't do the thing you need to do there.
Parece
and
que hay un fit
coordinate with
allí
your
con lo de
group
las
members.
minas. Hay que
Yeah, do it
ver
again.
cómo... No creo que puedas desactivarlas todas, ¿no?
I love that Mira has seafoam green
Una
water
reacción
power.
en
She
cadena.
does. Her water powers are slightly different. One, because that would be really annoying if they weren't.
Ah.
And two, because it's pretty. But yeah, it's a lot easier. And Ocean Masters are tinted a
Esto hay
little
que
bit
darle,
different too.
hay
so
que
they don't look like
darle
clear powers,
vueltas
and they
ahorita. Ahorita
fit
no me
their
viene
colors a little bit better.
una opción de cómo evitar esa
But
reacción en cadena,
obviously
porque
the two of
obviamente
them
no
are
puedes
gonna
desactivar
use
todas las minas
the
al
heck
mismo
out of
tiempo.
water powers.
Aparte que el
There
timer
she
es súper
goes.
rápido.
Tearing him up. You want me to take him out?
Yeah, go for it.
Alright. Show some more stuff. This is one of the coolest raids, I gotta say.
Pero bueno, de momento, todo positivo, ¿no? Lo que están mostrando, en mi opinión.
Nice try. Whoop. She turned her shield on.
Y ahí
Ooh, that
tienen a
guy.
Corum Rat, el villano. Ah, mira, tiene también su armadura de escamas.
Little stutter there. It's alright.
Este es el malo
He
malito,
says some
malote
important things.
del
I do notice he
episodio,
doesn't have
para los que no lo
subtitles,
saben.
which is not good. Bug.
Good find.
I'm good at noticing.
El líder de
things that aren't
Deluge.
there.
Exactamente.
But all of these characters are just outstanding. They look amazing. They look
Por la
in the
pose que
environment.
tiene, utiliza dual
In
whip.
It's like an Atlantean's dream come true. Everything's so beautiful. The doors actually opened and he walked out. It's like real life there for a second. So that's. Oop, I'm in my chat box. All right. How much farther are we gonna go?
Falta es
We're
que
gonna go to the
grite
next room.
freedom.
You have a banana. in
Ah,
your inventory.
William Wallace, sí, sí, lo pillé. Pillé esa
We
referencia
call
ahí,
it a
JJ.
banana.
The nuclear banana. So we're just gonna kill through for a bit to get to the second fight.
Gonna
El cuello y
cheat.
tienes el pecho.
Look
¿A
at
cuál?
these
¿El de
doors.
Corum Rat?
Even the doors are pretty here. What's up, everybody?
It definitely has that otherworldly feel.
Estas sí son las armaduras.
was exciting
La
too,
verdad es que me
'cause
encanta, chamo,
we
me
dropped
encanta todo el
PS3,
escenario.
which means we had a lot
que no
more texture
trabajaron,
memory to work with.
Yeah,
Están hablando de hecho que ahora tiene más
Yeah, this
memoria
is
de
a taste
textura
of what we can
para
do.
poder trabajar con todos estos detalles. De hecho, se ve
think I'm
mucho
going right.
es
I don't
una
know
de
if
las
I
mejores
please use
instancias
or
que he
not.
visto a nivel de texturas.
Never hurts.
Se ve que están trabajando en las mejores gráficas.
Then I get
gente, así
impatient
que
and don't do it.
esto no hace más
Couple
que
questions about
llenarme
what
a mí
piece
por
of
lo
concept
menos
this
como
specifically is,
fan
which
de
I
DC
missed
de
it.
I
optimismo.
apologize. This is it's the new raid. So there's 8-player. There's an event version, a normal version, and of course an elite
No sé
version
qué opinan
of this
ustedes,
raid.
pero
So
me
3
está
versions
fascinando
of
lo
it.
que es la instancia
Play the
a
one
nivel
that
de
suits your
arte, ¿no? A
play
nivel
style.
de diseño de la instancia, el
And,
lugar, las texturas, la iluminación, todo está
you're
de
pointing-
lujo, de lujo.
You should go swim in
Muy
the
bien
swimming
logrado.
pool while you're talking.
Oh, is that a
I'm
swimming
not
pool?
swimming in that. Are you
You
crazy?
totally want to swim in
Mira,
that.
hay tiburones.
Look at that. That is like a lot of people are probably having nightmares now thanks to us. But
Tan, tan,
this
tan,
is
tan,
essentially
tan,
the
tan,
finale.
tan, 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 tan.
We Mara and
This is
Ocean Master, we
going to
created a
drop
whole new
the
solo mission
28
where
or
they
29, I
guide
think.
you through kind of like what all of this
I think
deluge
it's one
stuff
day
means,
after the
and send you
seasonal ends.
to do
Big Mike.
some solo content that then you can replay. I believe as a duo. No, it's a solo.
It's gonna
Yeah,
last like
I'm so bad at
1 or
this.
2 weeks until
So bad at
server
remembering things. I am writing right now with Johnny DC two episodes ahead, so you have to forgive me. Anyway, so you can replay that, but the last thing they send you to do is confront Coram Wrath and at Spender Station. So this is the finale of the entire episode. Gesundheit.
Thanks.
I think that was a sneeze.
It was a cough. They kind of sound like sneezes.
A ver si nos muestran la raid, ¿no?
You're welcome.
Me imagino que la Spindrift Station, o sea, la raid va a ser
Yeah, there's
básicamente
sound
la
effects
misma
and things
temática,
happening that you're not
pero con otros
And
cuartos y
dialogue
otro tipo de cosas, ¿no?
that
Pero
you're not- They look so
el
good.
estilo también de Caballero
They really
Comal, de Mera,
I'm
está
so
todo
bad
muy
at
bien
that.
logrado. Las armaduras de escama, de lujo. Yo
He's like,
quisiera tener ese
literally,
pecho
he's
allí
like, I
para
learned that from
el
Batman.
personaje de agua.
Check it out. I call it a water bomb. All right.
You can also see
Baja
out these
Atlantis.
windows.
Oh yeah, let's take a look. Those beautiful portholes.
Creo que vamos a tener varios ítems de
Some
base de
magic where
estos
you
para
can't see the
poder
outside,
ponerlos
but-
en nuestros
Because some of it is
layers
above water,
o
some of it is
nuestros
below, and
leakholes.
some of it is actually in water because that's kind of their natural habitat. Whoa. What is
All right,
this?
what's going on in this room?
Puede ser también
This-
progresión.
This is going to be some
Keep fun.
people's brightest point, I think, in the whole episode, and some people's worst nightmare. It's a puzzle room, and you have to coordinate with your team.
Oh,
to
este es un
advance.
cuarto
Obviously,
de
it'll be a
rompecabezas.
little more forgiving, or a lot more forgiving in the event version. Pretty challenging in the normal version, and extremely challenging in the.
Bueno, Centuriones, esta parte va a ser difícil.
Can you describe the
Al
puzzle?
parecer en la versión normal y en la versión Elite.
Mm,
En la versión de evento
suppose.
va a
So
ser
this is
mucho
an
más
oxygen
fácil.
tank that
Son tanques de
that
oxígeno.
somebody is going to need to supply one of their team members who's trying to do something in another room. Essentially, it's flooded in the other room, and we
Son
can't get
tanques de
past it until we
oxígeno,
drain it, and we
gente.
can proceed through the station.
Yep.
Y el
Unfortunately,
cuarto
not all
donde están
Atlanteans, we
nuestros
don't all
miembros de
have
equipo se
suits.
está llenando de agua.
They
O sea,
look like I
es la
have a
manera de
suit,
darles
but it's
oxígeno a nuestros
not an
compañeros.
actual suit.
You need that suit.
You need this one, which I can't do both, unfortunately.
You can do the oxygen tank and then jump into the room.
And then fail miserably.
Yes, and then fail the puzzle.
And so while there's one person in there's 2 rooms, as you can see, 'cause
Hay
I'm
dos
about
cuartos,
to load up
okay.
the other oxygen tank. And it takes a person in each room to do the puzzle. So it's 2 puzzles happening at the same time. Yeah, we're kind of
Hay dos rompecabezas
upping the
ocurriendo al
ante on
mismo
this
tiempo.
one. Milbar's
O
really
sea,
wanted
una
to
persona tiene que entrar
see
en
what
uno de
you
los
guys are capable
cuartos
of.
y la otra en el otro.
And in
al
this
mismo
room,
tiempo, okay.
Cormrath's people are going to try to sabotage all the oxygen tanks so that your people will die. And it's up to the rest of the group to defend them.
So there's fighting going on in the main room.
In the
but
main room.
Some of the group
in
is
that
not
main
there.
big area where it looks like there should be fighting, there's totally going to be fighting.
Perfect.
Oh, I'm in God mode. I broke it.
Oh shit.
Milbarge is watching going, SJ, why did you do that?
Sí, hay algunas, claro, algunas
the other one
animaciones,
still
no,
up
pero
in
bueno,
there?
por lo menos es un comienzo,
Should
¿no?
be.
Trabajar
Yeah,
por lo menos en las
the other
texturas, los modelos de los personajes. Yo creo que ya en actualizaciones que puedan
mode
venir
breaks
más
a lot of
adelante,
things.
pueden venir ese tipo de actualizaciones, ¿no? Que
There we go.
este,
Not
no
in it, right?
son,
Nope. Okay.
como te digo, mandatorias,
So
no
then I
son
put
algo
on the good
imprescindible,
suit,
pero que
the one that will
obviamente
save my
si las
life.
hacen, pues
Nice.
mucho mejor.
And it sends me into the
Y aquí
the
está
sunken-
lo que es el puzzle room,
flooded
el cuarto de
areas.
rompecabezas,
And then there's
donde uno de los miembros del
pieces of
equipo nada más
pipes
que se ponga el traje
and
va a poder hacer
area where they
Este
were all
rompecabezas,
together
¿no?
and then they got broken during the attack. And so you got to put them back together. I don't know how much you want me to do, but
El
This is
problema
fine.
es que,
You see
que
this.
se meta que si no
If we
cumple
hadn't
o
used
no
God
arme
mode,
rompecabezas va a
there'd
ser
be
a
igual para todo el
Okay.
mundo que se
These
quede en el
These
cuarto
guys would be
principal, okay.
smacking the crap
So-
out of your team if there was a team they, instead of coming after me. But yeah, there'd be essentially an oxygen timer, and you will die if you run out of oxygen. So your team has to keep supplying you with it.
Yeah.
This is a
Yeah, well.
really fun
Una nueva
puzzle.
mecánica.
It's one of those ones where in the playtest room, it's all quiet and tense, and then at the end, when everybody finishes the puzzle and the doors open, everyone's like, "Yeah!" It was a good moment. It was
Also,
really
this
fun.
room was a lot of fun to work on. This map wasn't specifically my map, but I got to work on the effects and the materials, so all the animated stuff in here to make it feel like
Look,
you
I
were
got little
underwater.
bubbles.
The little bubbles.
You made me bubbles.
You are actually underwater. Yeah, it's worth pointing out.
That's why I have a dry suit.
Sí,
Yes.
yo también me imagino.
Yeah,
man.
and if you lose, you will
Something
drown.
happens.
Something will happen, and you will drown, and it's sad, but kind of amazing at the same time. But so, what do you want to do now? I don't want to do the
Let's
puzzle.
jump
'cause-
ahead. Yeah, we'll jump ahead, and I'll just reach over and help you out. We'll jump ahead to the last boss.
All right. Yeah, I'm not going to show you how to do the puzzle. You gotta do it.
Esa en la
yourself.
Also, you're
burbuja.
in the seahorse room. There's
Gente,
also
esto
the
está
crab room.
genial.
That's
bro.
right.
Me encanta. Me
I
encanta.
forgot.
During playtests,
Point it
we'd
out.
be like, "I'm on the right. Wait, you're right or my right? No, I'm in the left room. No stage left." And we're like, "I don't know which room
Está
you're
con
in."
un breath.
And so, back to environmental storytelling and game design, Art went back in and propped them out so that they have themes, so it's easier to be like,
Oh,
which
yeah.
room are you in? I'm the seahorse, is what I love to shout.
Wow,
I'm the
huele metal de
seahorse.
agua, weón.
And I think the other one is
Ah,
It's the
pinchy
crab.
guy, crabs. The crab.
Dice Miguel que está en el trabajo, que siga su consejo
just
y
saw
que en la portada
The
del video
big
pongas
bad!
una cara
There he is.
como la de Anónimo.
He's like, so long, farewell, good luck. See you in the sequel. And he's
Ok,
out.
esta es la misión solo y te
And he
deja
leaves.
Morgwar.
Well, he's an
Como un
Atlantean.
elemental de
He's a
agua, ¿no?
true Atlantean, if you ask him.
That's a big boss.
Yeah, he's big, and a
245,
lot of effort
wow.
went into this guy.
Algo
He does
nuevo,
some
bueno,
cool
la
stuff
gente decía,
that
¿no?
we're
Que
not
todo
gonna
es
show.
contenido reciclado,
You
por lo
think
menos
he's
nuevo
big
modelo.
now? Whew,
He gets
wait till you
bigger.
see what happens during the fight. It's incredible. But yeah, you have Mara helping you out on this side.
Me recuerda mucho a los
Um,
elementales de agua de World of
I
Warcraft.
don't think I want to tell you exactly
si
what's going to
usted
happen in this room,
haya
but
tenido la
thank
experiencia
goodness
de
Mara's
jugarlo,
there to
pero-
help you. If you're a villain, Ocean Master's there to perform the same needed water magician duties. I just want to call him a magician because he looks like one in that outfit. But anyhow,
¿Qué
and
opinan?
they provide
¿Qué opinan,
support
gente? Digan ahí,
and help you
Karático.
with certain mechanics during the fight. And
Tipo Spider-Man.
that's all we're going to show.
Yeah, that's all we're going to show of Spindrift. Let's recap the rest of the DLC.
But let me
Or- sorry,
real
go
quick. I'm gonna. He's an ancient water elemental. Morgwar is his name. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly. We're gonna say I am. And he's kind of from an ancient. You saw the big whirlpool thing. It's like an ancient relic that's kind of proto-Atlantean, like way back when they were just learning their wizardry ways. And that's what Cormrath discovered.
Creo que puedo decir que ha valido la pena la espera, ¿no? O sea, que
Okay. Had to get
se
my stuff
fajaron
out of the way.
con este
So now
nuevo
what?
episodio.
Well, so we've converted the rest of the Star event to a DLC, and we've added some things along the way. So just want to talk quickly about just a quick rundown of what's in it, just in case people hadn't played it before.
Oh, like the content pieces?
Yeah.
Okay. So there's the open world Central City, which we have made some updates there too. You might want to look up. You might get terrified. It scared the crap out of me. There's some new feats, some stuff to collect in the open world. The big old Starro's back and more present than he was before. The big boss guy, the one that the Justice League is fighting. And Mara and Ocean Master now have camps set up there. And they have, like I said, that whole solo mission. It's a really cool, very story-driven, kind of like the John Constantine mission we did for Artifacts, in the sense that you've got kind of a partner and you're going through this stuff.
And that's all new?
That's totally new.
Yeah.
Totally new. And you go inside...
Hablando de la misión que solitaria y sobre todo que hay mucha
You go inside the
historia,
CCPD
¿no?
and you see how it all got started.
A través
Like, you saw those
del contenido que
iconics
vayas
out in the open
jugando
world that have been
y
Starro'd.
que eso enriquece la experiencia.
You kind
¿no?
of get the
Por lo que estoy
whole
entendiendo.
story, and you get to see how it starts, and it's actually really, really cool with some really great dialogue and narrative and some boss fights in that. And then the duos are back. There's actually a new location, because, you know, you go to, like, different locations randomly. We added a new one. Do you want me to tell them what it is?
Yeah.
It's Iceberg Lounge, because we wanted to add a Gotham one, because the threat's growing. It's getting even bigger and bigger. It's like, I think it might be my favorite Starro iconic. It's Penguin, because the Starro looks hilarious riding his big old penguin nose. But anyway, he got Starro'd too, because the threat is spreading across the whole world at this point. There may be another appearance of Pingbot Maximus, just saying. And then in the alert, we swapped out. It's no longer the flash in the alert. It's now zoom. You'll see why it makes sense narratively. So that's back too. And like I said, there's a normal version of both of those now. So like there's the event stack clamp version for everybody, but there's a new version of the duo that's more challenging, and then a new version of the alert that's also more challenging. And then the threat below is back, the big Starro raid with updated mechanics,
Duo,
3
alerta,
different
dos raids,
difficulties,
bounty,
and then the brand
bounty
new.
semanal que es la de Starro.
Oh yeah,
Misiones
and in the
diarias.
solo you go
No se
to a
pueden
new
quejar,
location
no les va a
that's like
faltar
an
contenido que
old
hacer. Va a
Atlantean,
haber
like,
un montón de cosas que hacer en este
like a temple,
episodio,
I
en este
guess?
DLC.
Like a temple where they find this. Oh wait, it's not there anymore. They find the
Yo
water
no creo que
creature.
me vaya a dar tiempo a
they're not
todos los
doing it.
personajes.
There. I like pointing up like that. It's fun. There's nothing there in my view, but anyhow. So there's that new location also, and then Spindrift Raid, which is obviously where we put most of the development, because making stuff like puzzles actually is very time intensive, but the reward is so much payoff. I'm reminded of the maze room on Ranks. Like, it just blew people's minds. They were like, what is even happening there? And those highly coordinated efforts, which, by the way, I highly recommend bringing a controller to that fight, because those Atlanteans want to break that oxygen so bad, and it's very satisfying to just grab one of them and pull them away.
¿Qué pasa con las marcas del evento pasado? Por lo que entendí,
Yep, that's it. Let's jump
Estrella
back.
Gitman,
Actually,
lo
let's
que
jump
van a
back to the
hacer
female
es que
character.
para
if you
lo
wanna
que es
switch
la
back.
armadura de Starro del año pasado,
we'll
vas
go
a
to
poder
her
convertirlas,
base.
las esporas,
she's
a las
not
nuevas
there.
marcas. Vas a poder hacer
Oh,
una
she's not over
conversión
here.
allí,
No.
pero para obtener
Oceans.
esas marcas, o sea,
Alright, we need
por lo que
a-
estoy entendiendo, están evitando de que
we
puedas
need to
utilizar
get
las
like an
esporas para
intern
comprar una
for you
armadura.
to do that.
Eso es lo que entendí, o sea que
Switch
nada más
back
te va a
to
servir para comprar
show off the
la armadura de Starro
Oh
del
yeah,
año
we need to talk
pasado.
about the
Si te faltó
gift
esa,
thing.
esos
will talk about the
signos
gift
del
thing.
estilo.
Yeah, don't let me forget.
It will be hard for you to forget.
Quizás
once you get to her
por ahí,
base.
por estar pendiente de hacer streaming de los comentarios, me haya
So
equivocado en entender
We don't have a
esa
ton of
parte,
base items
pero
here, but we do
eso
have
fue lo
a
que yo
couple,
entendí.
couple of
To
highlights.
show.
Supuestamente
show.
la
We have a
conversión
ton
es
of-
ratio 1 a
We
1,
have,
o sea,
like-
una
Don't
espora
panic.
vale una
I
de
know you
las
saw all that
marcas de
stuff.
Atlantes.
Yeah, I was
have
gonna say,
a
I
lot
know
of
you
tables.
saw so many
Have
tables.
been racks.
I hope you like buffets, because You can now set up your own.
No sé, quizás, como te digo, yo cuando te
You
verifique
mentioned that we were going back to
en el
Iceberg
server que
Lounge.
pueda entrar
I know.
en unas horas,
Yeah.
porque después de
Found
este
some base
stream
items that we hadn't given
creo que
out
mejor
that
voy a
we
tomarme
went
un
through in the
break,
first
Oh,
place.
nice.
So
cenar
you get a
tranquilo y luego voy a
couple-
volver ya.
Did you tell systems design?
En unas horas hacemos lo del concurso mejor después más tarde,
So,
así
some
que
of
le
the
da
ones-
tiempo más chance
Okay.
de llegar a la
Good.
gente
You're
también,
good.
ya que como todos están
Okay.
acostumbrados a que
Pues
yo hago
sí.
los directos tarde. Y pues así también
Bueno,
este
we're
stream queda
good.
más compacto, queda
yeah,
más
it's just
básicamente
regular
lo que es el
This.
tema de
Should I do
de
it
lo
or
que
wait?
mostraron en el
Uh,
stream de DC, ¿no?
Let's look around first.
All right. So here's
No,
many
hitos.
of the new items.
You recognize what we saw in that puzzle room.
Sí, vamos a hacer un
Yes,
concurso
some
por los 1000
oxygen
suscriptores del canal, que ya llegamos a los 1000
12 different
suscriptores.
weapon
Vamos a hacer
racks.
un concurso,
Nice.
There's some
12
gross things
preguntas
from
y
the
vamos a ver quién se lleva los
map
premios,
from
¿no?
last year.
Va a
They
estar un poquito
moved.
interesante eso, así
They
que
are. They do
pueden
move
participar.
if you stare at it for too long. They're kind of nasty.
By too long, she means a second.
Más adelante,
apparently.
más adelante,
It's
otra
really
otra.
gross.
Ojo, miren la estatua
That's my
del
favorite base
Morgward.
item.
Yeah, it's a statue of the ancient water elemental. I like how there's a little bit of growth.
Tiene moho, ¿no? Para
Oh, yeah.
And then just
moho,
go up
vegetación ahí.
upstairs, and I've got the hologram.
Oh, I can fly on this one. Sweet. Yes. So
Ah, mira, este es el holograma de la
I noticed all
Spindrift
these
Station.
anoraks. How exciting
Esto-
is that?
Lo quiero tener para el salón de la liga, voy a hacer lo
So,
posible
can I
para
talk about it
tenerlo
now?
para que lo
Yeah.
tengamos ahí en el
So,
link hall de los centuriones. La
with
verdad es
the
que
launch of
hay
Deluge,
ítems de base muy interesantes.
there's a member grant gift.
Me gusta
Essentially,
mucho la
you get a box.
estatua,
If you're a
esto,
member,
también esas
believe,
como
you
portalanzas que hay ahí.
you don't have to be
Está
one like at
interesante
the
estos ítems de
start.
base.
Details TBD, but
TBD?
you'll want to
Okay.
be a member
But
close to the launch of
Yeah.
this DLC.
if you're a member, you will get a Deluge gift grant, and it will include this base item, which is obviously the cool hologram. And in Spindrift, there's like it's like when you visit a museum or something, they talk about the location and what it it's an Atlantean talking about it. And in your layer, we hooked it up to the hologram, so you can hear all of your favorite museum lines. But it's very pretty, very cool looking hologram. I
opinan?
love holograms in
La
general, so
verdad
I'm
es que
excited to
parece
have
que es
them.
una nueva temática, ¿no?
as a layer
Atlante.
item.
Me parece como un templo atlante.
Let me know if you guys like holograms. And this is
Esta
the,
ollita de agua, yo no
What
sé,
what
esta
is this
la del
first of all? What is
elemental de
that?
agua.
You know,
yeah. Do
it's like a bowl.
yeah? Do you guys recognize it? Because it's straight out of the content. That is the ancient relic that Kormrath uses to summon the water elemental. And he
Es una reliquia de la que
he believes he's
Kormrath
from the
hace
ninth
el
tribe,
summoning
which is
del
kind of like
elemental
the
Morgward de
working
agua.
class,
Ahora que-
the lower depths
O
of
sea, no es una olla
of
para el sancocho.
Atlantis. And he's kind of creating a rebellion. But anyway, so he's a true Atlantean. So he's a great Atlantean, and he summons this great proto-Atlantean water elemental. So if you're a member, you'll be granted the same item that Kormrath uses.
It's a little smaller though.
A little bit smaller, a little bit. But let's see how great my Atlantean heritage is when I interact with it. What's gonna happen?
A ver.
Oh,
He's so cute.
Baby Mogwai.
baby Margwar.
Excelente.
So I'm
¿verdad?
not apparently as much of an Atlantean as Kormrath, but
Le
yes, you get your
le
own tiny
faltó
Morgwar
vitamina a
for
ese
your
elemental de
lair.
agua, pero está cool. ¿verdad? bueno.
And he does a couple things.
I like it.
I don't see one
Me
of the
gusta, me
things he
gusta.
needs to do one of the things, so we'll just leave that for discovery. But you get, and he'll hang out for a while, and then he'll peace out.
Están cool, ¿verdad? Están
but
muchas-
you
me
can
encanta,
use
me
them.
encanta todo lo que
He'll
está
come back.
mostrando, realmente.
Ain't he cute? He's so tiny.
Yeah.
Tiny little Margwar.
El pequeño Morgward. Baby Morgward.
All right.
And
Como Baby Groot.
Are we gonna talk about the third
Baby Elemental.
gift?
There's a third gift?
Are you serious right
No.
now?
Está cool, güey, está
What
cool.
the-
Yeah.
Yes, there's a
She-
third
She
gift.
has it equipped
Yes. So can I
Ese sí
just
lo
go pick
quiero
that
uno
up
para la
for
base, güey. Lo quiero uno para mi
styles,
base.
or-
from the material
El
tab.
pequeño
would be the
pequeño
best way.
elemental
Okay.
cuando vaya
Oh, spoiler.
a activar
Yeah, from the wood.
el mainframe.
tab.
Ah,
So it might be weird with this particular thing,
Just
but
Yeah.
apply all.
Oh.
Liquid.
Oh, sorry. Yeah,
I was
you
gonna-
need to set it. You need to set it on.
oh, I do.
There you go.
That's right. There we go.
There you go.
Now it's on apply all.
Ah, un nuevo
So
material
it's like
iridescente.
it's the new brand new iridescent. That's like apparently a theme right now. Material, and obviously going to be applied anywhere material can. and it creates that same shimmer, but it's more of a metallic. It's less of a subdermal kind of thing. That's something that we can only do like on gear directly, but you can put it. I've been putting it on my hair, of course, on my character.
In real life.
In real life, and on my character.
Se ve mejor
But
como
it
material.
looks spectacular. Like, look at the shoulder pads. It creates this amazing metal that responds to the light in the room. It's
¿Cómo
so
vas a
cool.
obtener
I love
este
it.
material? Es que
Looks
viene en cápsulas,
really good
cápsulas
on
Atlantis.
the scuba suit that you can get from the marketplace. Really cool. And the diver suit that we just did, the Spindrift suit. But this is also just, it's a gift. You get the Spindrift hologram, Will Baby Maguire, which we should probably change the name to Will Baby Maguire.
Regalo. Esto es un regalo para los miembros
and a brand new material,
legendarios.
iridescent.
Así que piensen,
Because
porque
we
creo
love
que vale la pena
members.
pagar la
I love you
suscripción,
so
aunque sea
much.
un mes. Van a obtener
We're
material,
very excited
van a
to
tener a
get that gift.
Baby Elemental
So when's this
y
launching?
otras cosas que
March
mencioné.
29th! Is
29
that dramatic enough?
When's it going to
de
test?
marzo.
Unless unless something's happened during this live stream today. I don't know when though.
29 de marzo,
Sometime.
gente.
Sometime today.
And if you want to know more about this DLC, what should people read?
My letter. I'm so good at being prompted.
Which
No,
is
a mí no
where?
me paguen, esto es
On
todo
the
por amor
forums
al arte.
and on what do we call the news page? The
The
hub,
feed.
the feed.
At
I
Y
knew it
haciendo
sounded like a
traducción al
feed
español
feed
de
at
gratis. ¿verdad?
DCUOsonline.com.
Nah, pero igual, vale la pena, vale la
But most
pena.
people will probably just read it on the
Me
forum.
encanta este juego, la
But
verdad.
you can
Y,
leave feedback
todo lo
there,
que estoy viendo hoy, pues nada, es
I'm
como,
sure I'll read
como
it.
esa... Cuando te sientes como
and
que valió la
Overwhelmed with
pena
joy.
que hayas puesto Fengar.
But this is a really exciting, very, very dramatic
La verdad es que sí,
narrative.
bueno.
Partly why we added
todo muy
Flash
chulo,
and
muy
Mirror
chulo.
Master, a little bit of comedy relief here and there.
Así que bueno, ya saben, si quieren tener material iridescente,
the stuff from,
deben
Legends
tener
type of
el
thing.
legendario antes del
And
29.
again, when you're in Central City, look up. There's some
Please do.
freaky stuff in the sky.
Creo que no aguanta el... O sea, no creo que vale
else
nada
we
más
got?
que
That's
compres
it.
el
That's
episodio.
it?
Por lo que
Good.
entendí es para
That's
miembros
it, but I
legendarios
still
nada
got
más.
like 5 minutes of espresso left in me.
Oh my god.
That's too bad.
To Twitter! Contact me. SJ, oh gosh, _ Nerd of Prey? I don't tweet myself very often, so. Do you know? You follow me. We follow each other.
Wait,
Anyway,
I got this.
You'll find us, if nothing else. Because I know you
¿Qué
follow
tal, Miguel? ¿Cómo
Oceans.
estás?
You can just
Bienvenido al
find me
directo,
on
ya
One
se
for
va a acabar,
Friends.
pero obviamente después
So.
puedes repasarlo como siempre.
Alright.
Recuerda que
You wanna
queda
give me a
grabado
wrap-up?
allí en el canal
So I'll
de
stop
YouTube.
talking.
O si
Sure.
también lo puedes ver en Twitch.
Keep
Cualquiera de las
playing
dos
DCO,
plataformas, la
everybody.
que más te
Yes,
acomode, la
please.
que más te guste.
We
And
love
in-
you.
and,
Siempre están allí los
jump on
que dan
PC
los,
test later and let us know
los
what you think.
streams, ¿no? Los directos.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Y bueno, terminó el stream de Deluge. La verdad es que me encantó todo lo que vi. Yo voy a dejar este directo hasta aquí. Voy a hacer pausa, voy a ir a cenar. Estar un ratito con la familia. Y luego más tarde vamos con directo. Vamos a ir a testear en el test server. Y vamos a hacer el concurso por los 1000 suscriptores del canal como lo prometí. Así que pila gente allí con eso. Los que deseen participar, pues estén pendientes para ese directo, ¿ok? Que bueno, mi gente, muchas gracias por haberse unido al stream y yo los veo en unas horas. Bye bye.